Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see. It's good to see you guys. I wanted to start out today and just make sure I mention the first time of probably many. The Hanbury Manor staff here, just how much they're taking great care of us, and feels like a very much normal week of preparation for us. Great field, great setup, great meeting rooms, and then obviously to have everybody under one roof and enjoying this time together. It's been first class all the way around. This will be our third time playing at Tottenham Stadium. Very much excited about that. It's a very, very unique, special venue, and we've enjoyed both of our previous opportunities, and very much looking forward to seeing all of the great fans in the stadium, as well as the many who will have traveled from Minnesota and from the United States to watch us play over here. It's special for everybody to get to come to the United Kingdom and see hopefully a very competitive football game with two great teams. So excited about it, and with that, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Coach, welcome back.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Could you speak earlier this week about JJ McCarthy? Any update on the plan with him? Is it kind of a hybrid day? You're trying to get back on?
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a hybrid day. We got some full speed work. We got some extra volume of reps and slowed the tempo down a little bit. JJ's working his way back. He is kind of entering the next phase of his rehab, where he can get a little bit more active, and looking forward to getting him back on the field practicing with the team as soon as we can. But at the same time, we want to be really smart and make sure we let that high ankle fully heal, and then he can really start attacking it and working his technique and fundamentals and get reacclimated, which I think he'll do pretty quickly.
And you must have seen the news also from Cleveland this morning about changing there to start quarterback.
Yep.
How does that affect your game plan this week?
Well, I think, obviously, Joe's a veteran quarterback, and he's seen just about everything in the NFL. That doesn't mean that, they've got a great staff and a great group there. So they'll have Dylan prepared to play against our defense and the challenge that could be. Did a lot of work, just throughout the draft process, getting to learn about the player, and obviously had a tremendous college career. And I think the big thing when I think about Dylan is just he can make all the throws. He's got really unique athleticism, quickness in the pocket to evade the rush, and has always been able to make plays on schedule and also be a weapon off schedule. So we're going to have to make sure we can adapt to that athleticism and still find a way to contain him while defending one of the better run games in the league and some really talented skill players as well. So it's going to be a challenge for Flo and his group and our players, and they've off to a great start with their preparation. We had a really good day today, and we'll just keep working towards Sunday.
Coach, despite the result of the weekend, looking back, maybe the way the Steelers played might have disguised how well the Vikings did play, and when you look back, there were openings there that maybe click us away from taking advantage of and really taking that game right down to why we had to win it. Did you feel good about the way you played it?
Yeah, what I didn't feel good about is, not being able to sustain some of the positive, momentum we could have had early on in the game. And what I mean by that is, we're moving the ball. Defense gets a stop. We're moving the ball pretty well to start the game. And then we have a kind of a self-inflicted penalty as we got down into the red zone, forced a 2nd and long, and then into a 3rd and longer than it should have been. And they get us off the field, and we end up settling for 3 points right there. I think the big thing is sustaining momentum, when you can get off to a good start in a game is big for our team. And then really as we tried to navigate, offensively, some of the injuries as they popped up, Brian O'Neill was hurt on that first field goal attempt, and then we're kind of started the day of kind of making adjustments and things on the fly. What I did like was, I did think we had some opportunities. Some we hit, some we didn't. They were able to get some pressure on us as well, but I did like the way our guys just kept playing. There were some big stops there late by our defense to give us an opportunity, and we were able to manufacture a way to really, when you look at it, we're 1st and 10 at our own 40-yard line, down 3 points. You would sign up with that, or sign up for that many times against a really good team like that. I thought the Steelers played well. I thought they had a great plan, and they got the better of us, and that's what happens when you don't play at your best. against any NFL team. It's going to be a very difficult road to find a way to win. You still might be able to do it. We had our chances. We just didn't get it done. But I think there's a lot on that tape that we can pull out of, what is now an adverse situation coming off of a loss. We're away from home. But I think our guys are attacking this the right way, trying to pull that positive out while understanding we've got to continue to improve as a team.
Coach, how have you found having 2 back-to-back international games?
Yeah, I think we've, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I know me personally, I've really enjoyed it. I thought we, handled the first trip the right way. I thought our guys had energy. The atmosphere at Croke Park was a special one, despite being the road team. But you could feel the energy in the building and the excitement, and we kind of, although we didn't execute as well as maybe we wanted to for 4 quarters, I thought our guys handled that first phase of the Triple L, and we're already significantly into the second phase of that now, where we get a normal week of preparation on site here, and then going to a place that we've played 2 games at. So between the routine of the week and then the familiarity of Tottenham and the great venue that is in front of some awesome fans, I think we're very much looking forward to continuing and then finishing off this week the right way.
How have you coached with the players spent the last couple of days?
Say that again?
How have you spent the last few days here, and what have you been up to since you've been here?
I would not be the most fun person to follow around. We have been, as a staff, we're normally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are pretty much before the sun comes up to well after it goes down. We put a lot of work in to, obviously make sure we, handle ourselves coming out of the game the right way, where we truly absorb all the things we need to continue to work on, continue to do better. What are things we're doing well that maybe we can continue to do and find different ways to do. And then as we get a chance to, start working with our players and have a full day today, tomorrow, and Friday, we'll have our hands full. But I would say I'm very thankful for the first-class treatment we're getting here at Hanbury, because this is where I'll be. So,
Coach, taking you away from the game on Sunday, you're known as the QB whisperer, in particular, because you like to give fullbacks a chance, and we've spoken about that. Now, whilst I understand what you mean, could you just expand on that, perhaps for new fans who don't quite get that philosophy that you're talking about?
Yeah, well, first of all, I appreciate the question. I have not referred to myself as that. But what I would say is I do take a lot of enjoyment and pride and confidence really in trying to build something here that can be quarterback friendly, regardless of whether we've had our starter in there, or we've now played, I believe, 8 guys at the position during my 3 years and coming up on our 5th game of my 4th season. So we've played a lot of guys at the position, and we've tried to navigate those times by being at our best for that player, the guys around him in the huddle. And then just, I think, the unique nature of having played the position and really not excelled to the level that I wanted to, just the reflection of that. What are the things that were in my control that I could have been a lot better at? How do we build a world where those things are naturally part of the quarterback program here? And then ultimately, whether it's play calling on game day, my communication with the quarterback on game day, throughout the week, the clarity and the confidence we can give those guys, with the plan. And then ultimately try to do the things that they're most comfortable with. And that can be different when you think about Kirk Cousins to Sam Darnold to J.J. McCarthy to now Carson Wentz, and there's been others that have played at a really high level and helped us win some games along the way as well. So I think it's just it's not leaving any stone unturned and making sure the communication and the ability to make that player as comfortable as possible with really, I know it's probably debatable in this part of the world, but I do think it's the hardest position in sports. And I'm willing to have that debate anytime.
Off the back of that, you mentioned Carson Wentz, someone I know familiar being a Colts fan. What is it you see in Carson Wentz that feels benefits the team, and how you run the team in terms of scheme information?
Yeah, I think he's got, he's had a really unique journey of, at one point in time in Philadelphia, he was one of the best players in the league at the position. High draft pick. He's very talented, big, strong, smart. He's got so many things that there was a reason why he was picked second in the draft. And then you look at his time in Indianapolis, and there was a lot of real positives there. and then just kind of how he's been able to make the most of his most recent stops, whether it was in LA with Sean McVay in a similar system to what we have here, or with one of the best in our league and Andy Reid coaching him. I think he's been able to kind of have a unique perspective at this point that makes it fun to coach him. The dialogue, how these plans come to life, with him having some input and involvement, which leads to your first question of just his comfort level when we get to the game, and then ultimately how we call the game, how we try to best execute with Carson playing quarterback for us. And I've been really happy with him. If you really peel back the layers on it, he's 2 tip ball interceptions away from having a pretty clean sheet and running our offense, helping us score some points. So consistency amongst all 11 guys on our offense, regardless of who's in, is what we're looking for, because we feel like when we do those things, the little things, that maybe the defense, although we're facing one of the best in the NFL this Sunday, we feel pretty strong about if we do the little things right and the details snap in and snap out and can create some momentum in the game, we can have a good day on offense. It's going to be a real challenge, though, against this group. Very, very talented, explosive, physical, and they've got a phenomenal coordinator in Jim Schwartz. So going to be a challenge, but it's still in so many ways about us and our ability to go out there and play and execute the way we need to.
On the back-to-back thing, you're the first team to play back-to-back games away from the US. Do you view it as an honour that you're kind of making history, or does it kind of hinge on Sunday's result and leaving here with a win under?
No, I've always looked at it as a pretty special opportunity, and that's what it is. I mean, the first opportunity did not go our way, and that doesn't take away from the fact that we're going to do things the right way. We're going to, make it the best possible situation for our players and the best plan of attack for the week. And now that we've pretty much been, on the ground, in this time zone since last Friday morning, I think guys have adjusted. I think guys feel pretty strongly about where they're at and then where they hopefully will be by Sunday when we head to Tottenham. But I think, I've always looked at it as a genuine great opportunity and a unique way for team building and team bonding, and kind of a second training camp in a lot of ways. And if you know anything about coaches, we love our training camp. So it's been we've had a good time, but at the same time, it's been a work trip. It's been about making sure we're continuously chasing what we may become this year as a team.
Thanks, everybody. Will Carson wins up shortly.
Awesome. Thank you.